Alright, here we go. Okay. Oh, what the? Oh, come on! Not like this. Yeah. Oh, come on! No! It's over. Yeah. Yeah, that was a yeah, armor break. Yeah. Oh, come on!
ข้าต้องทำเพื่อลูกเมียขอให้ตกนรกก่อนครับ
Okay. What the? Oh my god. Hey.
อย่ามาขวางทางข้าแกเองก็ต้องแลกรานด้วย ไอ้คนบ้าสงคราม
Wait, the
น
Goro.
อนในนรกก่อนครับ
Okay, alright. Okay. Right before Evo, too. Ugh. Oh! It's saved! The game is saved! The game is saved! Alright. Oh my god. Alright, well, time to go. Fahkumram is a piece of— Whoa. Hey, let's not get too hasty now with the Fahkumram hate. Let's actually take a look back at the trailer and see what's going on. Oh my god, I'm tired. I just got back from Combo Breaker, so if I look a little bit disheveled and I look like it's 4 a.m., I want to sleep. But the work must go on, so let's take a look back at the trailer now. and see what's what. All right, here we go. Let's just skip ahead a little bit. By the way, I apologize that the resolution on the initial reaction was a bit weird. I only realized after I started recording that I framed the video wrong, but it was too late. So it's been a long weekend. All right. Let's just get into the first thing. So, like, you could tell based on my initial, like, oohs and ahs that, there's some things in here that look stupid. And it's not necessarily, like, overpowered, you know? Because we don't know what the frame data and stuff is. It's just annoying, right? So, let's start here. So, immediately we have 3, I think this is 4 slide 3 or whatever, who cares. This is the god break, right? And we see later in the trailer that it seems like this is an assumption, but my guess is that his god breaks only exist when he's in his install state. And it seems like it's not that hard to get. Like, he has a sort of reversal kind of thing that gives him it. His power crush gives it to him. But when he's not in that state, then I don't think he has access to actual god breaks. Like, yeah, he can charge the moves, but it's in the same way as other characters where you charge the move, but it's not like a god break. It does chip damage. It leaves you really plus, but that's all it does. And for Fahkumram, I think that makes a lot of sense, especially because in Tekken 7, the guard breaks are so plentiful and people just didn't like playing against it, that I think that they're restricting it a little bit. That's just my guess. And so here, to kind of make up for that, he can cancel this into stance. So he cancels the charge into sorry, not in the stance. Tired. In the crouch, and then he has this from crouch low. And so this is a bit weird because on one hand, you know, from crouch low, annoying as hell. On the other hand, in Tekken 7, his from crouch low was a bow and arrow. And in this game, with that kind of crouch cancel, that would be ridiculous. It was something I was kind of afraid of. So, really, it's not that bad, all things considered. What is kind of annoying about this, though, is that this is an elbow. So, like, characters that have low parry moves like Asuka can't low parry this, which is just, like, why? But anyway, so he does that. It leaves him... it's actually kind of hard to say how plus this leaves him, because King does power crush here, and he uses down 4, which is the thing he had from Tekken 7. Bop, bop, knocks down. Yep. And then, so this is showing... And they did this in the Honor trailer, too, and they had said in the Tekken talk for the Honor trailer that they had intentionally shown this in the trailer to show that Ana didn't have a While Rising launcher. So I'm assuming that's the same case for Fahkumram, that he doesn't have a While Rising launcher. He has this as his punish after ducking a move, and that's kind of it. Now, in Tekken 7, Fahkumram did have an orbital heal. So I'm guessing that when you block, like, hell sweeps or something, maybe that's going to be the punish. Maybe you also just do, what was it, forward 1+2? Maybe was the move? I can't remember off the top of my head. But he did have a launcher that he could do from crouch because it's on a forward input. So maybe that's the idea when you launch after blocking, like, a big low like that. But it seems like he doesn't have a While Rising launcher, which is going to be interesting in how he is supposed to mix up his from crouch game, especially if he's able to cancel moves into crouch. I'm sure he has something ridiculous. I mean, look at Ana with While Rising 3. So we just have to look at the character and see. But it is, I think, important to note that he doesn't have a While Rising launcher. And then some sort of blue spot here. Blue. Yeah, and then this again is another move that he had in Tekken 7. And what this is kind of showing to me, because we've seen this twice now. We see this now with the 4 into 3 slide 4, and we saw it with whatever the punish was. I can't remember anymore. Oh yeah, it was like 4-3, 4 slide 3 or something. Whatever the case. This is what this is kind of telling me is that Fahkumram's punishment is revolved around like doing the punish and then forcing the opponent into this sort of charge situation, right? And then he goes into crouch here, like before, and then that's his mid, right? That homing mid, that's the mix-up with the low. So it's kind of telling me that he does this attack, and then he forces the opponent into this 50-50. And so I'm assuming the way that you deal with it is you can power crush through the mid after the crouch cancel, and then you like have to block the low or something. So like every time you get punished, you're just forced into this kind of can 50-50. Now the question is going to be like if you have more options to deal with it, if Fahkumram does like a lower frame punish, like Lydia, you know, because Lydia, if she does her 10 frame punish 1-2-2, if she does any of the mids, you can just like sidestep them. If she does the 1, you can just sidestep her and launch her. So that makes me wonder if it's the case for Fahkumram or not, or maybe it's only off of like 13 frame punish that he can do this. I don't know. But yeah, anyway. So then he has that for a low pair. I don't remember what this was a move that he had in Tekken 7. I think it was just a kick parry, but I can't remember. Now it looks like it's a low parry. I have no idea. It doesn't look like it actually does that much, though, is the thing. So I wonder if it is supposed to do more. Maybe at the wall, it's good for beating down jabs or something and then wall splatting. Hard to say. But with what this does, it actually doesn't look good enough to use. Like, that follow-up is just whatever, so we'll see. Yeah, so this is fun. While running plus on block move. Yay. So he does this, and then back forward 4. Back forward 4 is now a armor break. So I saw that and went, okay. Yeah, this is... I don't have my water. Oh, here it is. It depends on what the frames on this are. If this is still plus on block, this move is going to be a problem. Just having... Because he's not in heat. He's not in his install state. This is just something he can do in neutral. It's not like pretty much every character in the game where you have to be under certain conditions to have access to this. Like, obviously, Lydia is the biggest example, but she has to be in heat to be able to have access to that. This is just a plus on block. Is this still a launcher? Yeah, it is. This is just a plus on block launching high that also beats Power Crush. Listen, I'm half asleep, okay? So don't take what I say seriously. But I'm looking at that, I'm like, this is like the best move in the game. So I don't know. If it's not plus on block, if it's like, if it's minus something, hell, if it's punishable, then yeah, it's not too bad. But if it's like Tekken 7 where it's plus, Jesus, like imagine, like I want you to think about this. Just to give you an idea on how like strong this move is, because you look at it and you're like, maybe it's not that bad, maybe you can just duck it or whatever. I want you to imagine if Mishima Electrics broke armor. Because that's what this is. That's all this is. It's just like a Mishima Electric if it broke armor. Except it's better because it's not off a crouch dash input, it's off of a back forward input, so it's easier and faster to do. It's crazy. Yeah, and so this is the combo that he had before. This is a high. It still has the homing trail, so it's still homing. You can't step it. And I'm assuming that means he has the odd move to mix up for it if you that you do have to sidestep. And then yeah, lore, who cares? Yeah, so here we see that he has like a burst similar to Elisa in Heat being able to do Down 1 plus 2, I suppose. But yeah, burst. And then whether or not he gets something guaranteed off of it, we'd have to see. Kazuya does do that animation like Steve's parry, where Steve does get a guaranteed follow-up here. So whether or not Fahkumram does, we'd have to see. They don't show anything in the trailer, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't actually get anything. It could just be for the cinematic flair of it. Although I imagine if you did get something guaranteed, they would show it, but who knows. But yeah, that seems really strong. Yep, and then this old move is back. It looks slower, but this move was a problem in Tekken 7 because of how plus it was. They had to nerf it really hard. But yeah, it's clearly still plus. That's what they're showing. They still have forward 2, 1, and it has an extension while he's in his install mode. It gets rid of his install. But this move was like one of the best whiff punishers in the game. It looks like the range on it, like you see the range here. He doesn't lunge forward like he did in Tekken 7. It seems quite poor. So I think that you can't use this as a whiff punish like you could in Tekken 7. Tekken 7, this move traveled like half the screen. It was ridiculous. Now it looks like it's just used for like combo filler or whatever, so it's fine. There, he has punish. That's a heat engager. The heat engager, or not the heat engager. The punish heat engager everyone has. Yep, and then here he does house sweep. Actually, it's not just his house sweep. This is his old rage drive in Tekken 7. Which it looks like, again, he has to be in the install state to be able to use this follow-up. But maybe not necessarily the first hit. Hold on, I gotta put in my headphones so I can hear this. Oh no, he has to be in heat to do that hell sweep. Still annoying as hell. But that's like the whole rage drive thing that characters can do in stance now. That costs a little bit of the heat, but that doesn't take out all of it. So, whatever. Yep, and then the max special heat smash, or heat burst in the heat smash. Yeah, no one cares. Like, literally no one cares. I can tell you, by the way, at Combo Breaker, I don't think it really picked up in the video. But when Fahkumram did this was, like, the crowd was like, ah, oh my god. And it's funny, because you couldn't hear it. in the trailer when you were watching it on stream, because I looked back at it just to see, but like half the crowd was booing when Fahkumram's first like at the beginning here, right here, like half the crowd was booing. It was kind of funny. But anyway, moving on. Fahkumram does an elbow. Wow, amazing. You hype yet? Yeah, so this is kind of annoying. He just does power crush and then he gets the install state. So that's cool. Yeah, and they're showing, like, again, the house sweep you can do just in here. So it's like every character in the game having Terror Charge. They just took Nightmare's Terror Charge from Soul Calibur and were like, oh yeah, let's put that on every character because we don't have any creative direction. We have no idea what we're doing. So let's just, like, give everyone the exact same thing. So he has an install like Brian and Asuka and whoever else where he just gets his heat moves while in the install state and he can do it off of the parry and the power crush and a couple other things. So that's cool. And then, yeah, you can see here the God Break when he's in the install state. And then he has this stupid animation. And listen, I understand that this is supposed to be really cool and there's like copying Street Fighter and whatever. Sorry. But like, stop wasting everyone's time. I'm sorry, but we're already sick of combos that last like 15 seconds. We don't need more of these animations that just waste everyone's time. Again, I know it's supposed to be cool. I know it's supposed to be flavorful, but this is wasting like 3 seconds of time. Just like get on with it. No one wants to see this after the character's been out for more than 2 days. Yep, and then again, the punish heat engager, he has another one. That's off his down forward 1, so this is, I guess, a 13 frame natural mid heat engager, which is, I mean, it's like Reina's, right? And then the back 3 counter hit or whatever. I don't know the notation. And then, wow, Rage Art, cool. He does 1 single kick and then does the Akuma pose. I don't know why they're so adamant on having Fahkumram do the Akuma pose. When I said that they were copying Street Fighter, I wasn't kidding. I wasn't just joking around about it. This is just Akuma's Raging Demon. Like, why are they copying? I don't know. You know, the other thing, too, when I was watching the trailer when I first saw this, I was like, wait a second. This is what they say about Majima in Yakuza 0. I think it was oh my god, I'm losing it. Sagawa that says this in Yakuza 0 to Majima. Especially the Mad Dog part. So that made me think, like, are they hinting at something, or is this just the translation team being weird? And it's probably the translation team being weird, because whoever translates stuff for Tekken does an awful job. So, whatever. And then, yeah, that's it. That's Fahkumram. Seth, what are your thoughts on Fahkumram? What do you think? And then they showed Armor King, and like everyone lost their shit over seeing Armor King. Honestly, I don't care. I'm just gonna be real with you, man. Like, I'm not gonna play him. I'm not interested in him. But I know a lot of people do like him and do play him, so I'm happy for those people. I don't care. I've never found Armor King that interesting. I've never found his gameplay to be interesting. I just don't really care about him. So, like, if I'm speaking completely selfishly and only talking about me, this season fucking sucks. Like, Ana's alright. Ana's cool. I still need to play her, but I just don't like how they implemented her in Tekken 8. At least on the surface. I still need to actually get down and try her, like, properly play her and try learning her. I've seen a couple of Ana players that play her really well, but I've never really been interested in, like, her actual gameplay style. I was really interested in her because of her gimmick with the chip damage and stuff, and you just never see anyone do that. And I'm just, again, not playing the character. I'm just assuming it's because it's not good enough. And I get it, because her mix and her lows and everything are so strong already. Incorporating chip damage into the mix just doesn't really do much. So, like, why focus on it? Why make a point of doing chip damage when you could be doing literally anything else and doing more in the moment? So that just kind of, like, took the excitement of the character and threw it out the window for me. So I don't know. I still have to try her, but then you got Fahkumram, who's like Fahkumram. Like, I just don't care. And then Armor King, which is, I just couldn't care less. So I'm just hoping that the new character is actually going to be cool. I hope I like them. I hope I get really excited about them and play them. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, a lot of the newcomers in Tekken 8 have been at least interesting. And I think that they've done a decent job at the DLC and making the DLC feel unique. And having everyone feel like, at least again in the DLC roster, that they really are their own character and they're not just copying and borrowing from other characters. Like Lydia and Ana and Heihachi all feel very distinct and separate from one another. They all have very different play styles. They all have very different and unique mechanics that they utilize, and that stuff's really cool. I think they've done a really good job on the DLC. Eddie was a big miss, but that's because he was clearly just base roster and they put him off as filler, or they just weren't done with him. And then, like, Fahkumram based on this trailer feels like a miss, too. He does really just feel like, you know, another install character, which is a shame, but it is what it is. We'll see what they do with Armor King. But anyway, the point is that because they've been doing a relatively good job, or relatively, a decently good job at the DLC, that makes me a little bit more excited and hopeful for whoever this new character is and whatever unique things that they bring to the table. That could make me interested in playing them. But again, we'll see. You know, it could go anyway. And yeah. So that's it. This is the end of season 2 pretty much. I'm kind of disappointed because I didn't get like any of the characters I wanted back. I didn't get Julia back, Eliza, Kunimitsu. Kunimitsu's the main one. Josie. Oh my god, I wish Josie came back. But, you know, I guess we just have to hold, well, I have to hold out for season 3 now. And yeah. Whatever. Anyway, it's 4 a.m. I'm going to bed. Bye-bye.